are at the 28th of November. We are at the end of season 2033. And so over the course of this week, as people who've been watching on Discord will know, I've been catching up and just finishing off the last races of this season, which is largely our kind of final... our first year at Brawn, at AlphaTauri, as they were before, and the game still calls them in places, was about stabilization. This year has been about transition and getting to a point where we're ready for the future. And, well, we're hoping that next season will be a push-on year. We have obviously been doing a lot of emphasis on research. We need to set up some final research, if I've timed it right. But how do we go and how do we finish the season? Well, the championship went to Alpine ahead of Red Bull and AlphaTauri. We finished third in the end. The champion was Lando with our very own Liz Richter in second. So Alpine get their very first ever Drivers' Championship. How did the last few races go? Bit mixed, to be honest. Bit mixed. So, over the last few races, we had a double podium in Baku, which went really well for us, and we basically had back-to-back wins in there and Netherlands, which actually led me to think for a little while that we were actually within touching distance of Lando, and we might actually have won the championship. But it all kind of fell apart at Imola and in Montreal. We had bad pit stops, we had a couple of crashes, we had a DNF for L, and then that was followed in Sao Paulo during the sprint by Liz losing her front wing during the sprint. So we had to fight back up, and the car wasn't really good enough for it. So we finished the season in Las Vegas, where we only finished 10th. Ella's ERS was dead by that point, and Liz just really struggled. We went with a two-stop strategy, gambling on a safety car, and it just didn't happen. So the one-stop strategies won out, and we just didn't have the power in the car. So it was we need to remember that this is still an incredible season for us. Finishing third in the championship and finishing second in the Drivers' Championship is way above our predictions and estimations. And this has been about stabilizing and pushing for next season. So first things first, we do have a question that I'm going to need you to consider, chat. Because last week I said I haven't really been entirely happy with Ella. I know we gave her a bad car, but at the same time, she does like a crash. And if she's going to like a crash, I'd rather have someone younger who likes a crash. And I did say last week that if Yoko Kikuchi got to 73 or above, we would give her a race seat. Gave her a bad car and she made it worse, pretty much. We theoretically, if we wanted a bit of a lively season, could give Yoko a race seat. We've got the money to do it. Hello, Napoleon. How you doing, buddy? We have got the money to do it because we are well set for cash. Just check some facilities. Oh no, the weather's... Actually, I might upgrade that. For all the good it'll do. Let's double check. Yeah. Important question, is there anyone called John left in the game? Yeah. I think we're going to give Yoko Kikuchi a race seat, which means we need to pick another reserve driver. But car parts dev. Now, if I've timed this right, we should be able to get in another front wing and a rear wing, just. And we will get another chassis in as well. So let's do that, if I've done this right. People on Discord will know that we got the Design Center event, which was fantastic news for us. What's changing on front wing? Front wing is brake cooling and air sensitivity, so I think we are going to ramp that up. We will go for that and that, and we will give them lower priority. Now, if I've done this right, yeah, we'll get it for that. And I'd like to get a rear wing in if we can. Big change on that is air sensitivity. And this is the moment of truth. We'll ramp that up. Can we pull it off? Oh, we can. We can. With one engineer to spare, which should give us enough to get a chassis over. Have I downloaded the Millennia demo yet? I have not, and I'm kind of tempted not to. I tend to not like downloading demos of games when they're not finished, because there's always so much extra to come, and I'm just not going to get a good impression of the game. So, I'm not sure. Yeah, the other thing to ask is, remember, chat, you can pick starting race and finishing race of next season. The only rules are not Monaco. So start shouting out your suggestions for what you want to be starting and closing race, and we'll see what comes out on top. Let's go with starting first. So you start out your races, tracks you want us to start at next season. So that is all fine. Now, if we've done this right, we should get one more chassis in. So this will mean by the end of this, we've done 4 chassis, 5 front wing, 5 rear, well, 6 front wing, 5 rear wing, 5 side pods, only 3 underfloors. Underfloors is where we'll be weak, but we can work around that. And these are the big hits are in engine cooling and airflow. So we'll probably just do that. And do that. Yep. Yep. Nailed it. It'll be fine. We'd only put 1 on it. So we got suggestions of Las Vegas, Montreal, Qatar. Have we ever started at Qatar? I don't think we've ever started at Qatar, have we? We could start at Qatar. Right, I am going to make the decision. I think I am going to give you Yoko Kikuchi a race seat. Her issues are defending, adaptability and smoothness. She's actually pretty decent in everything else, so she is going to eat tyres. But that'll at least make our strategies interesting. So, how would you like Four Seasons in driver position 1? Anything other than Australia, Japan still feels weird to me. I mean, Japan will be Kikuchi's home race. Your salary, we will give you 1.4. You can have a signing bonus. Let's see if we can get away without giving her a race bonus. Yep, she's in. So that means we need a... Was it Carol Crossland? Development rate high. Carol, you're into the reserve seat if you want it. What'd you say? She's in. Now I think that gives us race engineer. We were going to get rid of a Maori, weren't we? Because had we found another female one that could come in? We've got Catherine. I'm sure we found another one. There's Tinball Martin there, who... not great. Have we got Diane coming in? I'm pretty certain we have. Ah, that's who we wanted. Look at that. And she's only got a month left. She was the really good regen from last season. So we want her on car 1. Will she go for it? Yep, she's in. So it's hit our money a bit, but we'll be fine. It is a great name. So that means we've got Diana coming in. We've got Gladys and Catherine representing the Cardassian women. Yalitha Hartog. Maria Torres. We will have a full female lineup for the first time. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. High confidence, I'd hope so. Lads, you can probably take the month off. The great name is going to be our new second race engineer, which is Yalitha Hartog. That's our CFD. Everything's still good. Still good. Still good. Refurb, more sponsorships. Yeah, okay. It's not like they're doing anything else. That's something we'll have to do less of next year. It is worth being aware of that. That's our underfloor. That's our chassis. So those two finish in a day. So let's save there just so we've got one. Nickname Yelly, known for their calm personality over the radio, probably. Right. So we've got 4 million for 7th in the fastest pit stop. Marcus Peroni, well, mate, you're not our problem anymore. High confidence, unchanged. Finished research. Finished research. Ella finished 17th. Liz was 2nd. We finished 3rd. We've gone up in team rating, I think. Blitzed our targets. No, I think it stayed roughly the same. Those are the reg changes coming in. So we've got finance cap changes. Regarding the pit crew trains, anything point in doing anything other than letting them rest? Yeah, you can get boosts on it. What you do tend to find, I noticed, though, is by the end of the season, you are pretty much just saying, lads, just do some Netflix and chill. Okay, so new season target. They want us to finish 2nd in the Drivers' Championship, to get 3rd in the Constructors, and long-term objective is 3rd by, well, I mean, yeah, okay. Oh, don't I need to give you... Are we resetting engines? Are we changing engines, or are we leaving them as they are? Because I need to give you the save to do engines before I give you the save to do... We keep the engines this year, so engines aren't changing. Cool. That's fine then. In which case, we need to just get through these screens, and then I can give you the save for the calendar changes. So, sponsorship obligations. We really need... Pit crew performance, I'm not fussed about. So I'm fine. I think we might take slightly less of these. That we'll just do... max. We do have 43 million in the bank. Now this is what we need to cut back on. This is going to hit our income quite badly. But because driver development is paused for each week of experience of appearance, so Kikuchi will not be getting boosts while she's doing it. In fact, we might want to flip that to Liz. Her control performance will be reached. I think we'll lock them slightly to Liz. Now we do have enough money though that we can make up for it by buying a hell of a lot more merchandising. Like we could take 2,000 items of merchandising, which given that we were only taking 250, more than makes up for the difference. Because we'll be going from that to that. Weekly driver development boost is reduced, so no. I think we will do... I mean, does it really add a lot of money, though? We'd have to do, like, so many of them for it to add up. Let's go for 15. Because that is like an extra million over the course of the season. Right, I think that's fine. So, how do we look performance-wise? So engine cooling, I think... So this is the thing to be aware of, is I think engine cooling is going to be our biggest problem. We have mostly managed to counteract a bunch of stuff, which is good. So we've not done badly. Engines. What are we going for? Now, my instinct is we're going to want something that has reasonable wear resistance because of the engine overheating stuff. So I think we might want to stay with Merc. I think we stay with Merc. I just think it's the best engine out there still. Like, unless anyone in chat has differing opinions, I think we go Merc, because we need that thermal resistance. It gives us the trash ERS, but we'll just have to accept that we're buying an ERS, an extra ERS for both drivers. Cool. Let's stick with Merc. Okay. Yeah, so she picked up a couple of points. Yeah, okay. Right. First things first, we save this. Save over that one. And let me get that into the channel. So I think my... right, shout now, chat, for your desires for last race of the season. I am going to universally declare that we are going to start at Las Vegas. Meanwhile, I'll upload the save. Are we winning that? Not yet, but now's your chance to shout out a track that you want to be the last race of the season. Well, then we should finish in Texas to exemplify the FIA's commitment to rationalizing the calendar and simplifying travel. Yeah. I go with that then. We finish in Austin. So, save is up for you on the Discord channel, Rope Trick. So, first race Vegas, last race Austin, and random stuff in the middle. Just whatever works. No ATA. No ATA, please. Because that's banned. Sprint 3. I say 3 sprints and no ATA. I don't actually mind ATA, but... meanwhile, chat, we have the internal car report. So we are better across the board, just about, in a lot of things. apart from brake cooling and engine cooling, but everyone's going to be down in that, so hopefully not too bad. So, it is prediction time. So first things first, as is traditional, what I will show you before we start working this out is how do we compare to grid average? Ooh. We are above average in all categories. This is a good sign. Now it is time for the standard prediction, which is how many of these are we in the top 3 cars on paper. So that means essentially where we're either the best team or the second best team. Now remember last year it was in 5, so we paid out on 5. So let's cue this up. You have 5 minutes starting now to get your predictions in. Of these 9 categories, because weight doesn't count, how many are we top 3 on the grid in? Meanwhile, I don't really want to set up... Well, we know some of what our dev is going to be. Because we know we didn't get as many underfloors in as we wanted. So I can queue up an underfloor. Now, for this, remember that there's no point spending wind tunnel hours on parts that you are not going to equip to a car. That is the thing we have learnt, finally, after 300 hours. Is that you only get benefit from wind tunnel hours, only benefits the specific part. It doesn't add to your design stuff. So you don't want to actually bother allocating any extra wind tunnel hours to parts that you're not going to race them. Oh, actually, I can't set any of this up anyway, can I? Because we have to reset it up again when a new save comes back. So let's not worry about that yet. I hope your weeks have been good. What we could do is just double check our... just so we know what we want to change them to. So she's currently on balanced. I suspect we're going to want her on pace long runs. Get that smoothness up. Yelena will be driver comms. Maria, probably industry. Oh no, innovation. Catherine, feedback and composure. Are there any bits? We're going to need to repair the suspension simulator. Righto. We will need to do that. Now, I must admit, based on this, I'm hopeful that we have a car that will be more towards the front of the grid, certainly, than it's towards the back of the grid. I would hope we're a top 3 team. I would hope, still. Do any of our staff have portraits where the neck is properly aligned with their shirt? I think we're an all Cardassian team now, aren't we? I haven't actually checked to see if they've patched that so that it's actually better. Someone might have updated this mod so that it's better. Because all it is a slight misalignment on this. But we are a fully Cardassian team now. Just Cardassian girls all the way down. Right, your last few seconds to get your predictions in. Time is almost up. And then we'll see how you go. We'll see who's going for what. Yeah, so we are going to need to fix the suspension center, which is annoying, but needs doing. Remember, cost cap has dropped this year. Which is a pain, but it is what it is. Right, we have predictions in, I believe. So, so 39% of you have gone big on saying we're going to be top in all 9 categories, which is a bold choice. 32% of you have gone for 7 to 8 categories. You have a lot more faith in our car and development than I do, but we'll see. 20% went for 3 to 4, and 8% went for 5 to 6, which would probably be my guess if I was going for it, and none of you think 0 to 2. So let's have a look at how our car is in comparison, shall we? The big reveal. Car analysis says that in comparison to the grid, right now, we are well. In everything other than DRS effectiveness, we are top. Now, obviously, that's going to change over the next couple of months, but that's a really strong start. And the question is, who's our big rivals? So basically, the payout will be 8. So congrats to everyone who went 7 to 8. We had pretty decent DRS up to now. Yeah, I really wasn't pushing on it on research, I must admit, because we were desperately trying to undo the other bits. So that does mean we want to look at that. Right, okay, let's have a look at what our rivals then are. So how does that compare with Alpine, who won the championship last year? Okay, they're on a sort of middle of the grid car. Red Bull? Ooh, Red Bull are quite far back in dev terms. Ferrari were absolute trash out last year. Let's see if they've pulled it up. No, Ferrari are still absolute trash. So what do we reckon is the team that's our closest rival then? Aston Martin are okay. Merc? Okay, Merc have got good acceleration. Merc aren't bad. Damn. It's Williams. At least at season start, Williams are the... Because they're third, because we'll have cars 1 and 2. Williams are third, are the second best team on paper. coming into this season. Very McLaren, yeah. Oh, and then it's McLaren. So Williams and McLaren are the ones who've dev'd best. And they're first on DRS effectiveness. What is this, 1993? I know, this is proper 93. This is old school racing. This is V10s. This is V10 era. Haas, back there with Ferrari. And Alfa Romeo are back there as well. Uploading, cool. Let me quit out then. Bear with me, chat. Thank you, as always, to Rope Trick. Making our changes. Should be that file. Check the calendar. We start in Las Vegas. Right, so let's race through the changes we decided we were going to do quickly so we can get to some development. So we're going to put her on pace long runs because we care more about her smoothness at the moment. I don't know, actually, smoothness, well, she's good on overtaking. With the car as it is, should be alright on development. Liz, you need to be on... I feel like we do actually just want to get her adaptability up now. Mind you, her overtaking's low. Which is pretty damn good, to be honest. She's a really good driver. Staff, Diane, you're pretty good across the board. We know we've worked with you before, Diane. It's great to have you back. Go downstream airflow. Gladys, get yourself onto grip and traction. Elatha, we were on driver comms. Race engineer for Catherine is driver comms as well. And Maria, we want you on innovation. Right, car dev then. Right, we need DRS. So, I think that's rear wing. If I remember. And I am remembering this right, aren't I, Rope Trick, in that there's no point putting wind tunnel hours on anything at the moment, because these aren't going to be race parts. So it's worth us CFDing it, but not wind tunneling it. And it's also not worth us dropping durability, because durability only applies to the current part. So we really want some DRS. Is it the same with CFD? Interesting. I didn't realise it was the same with CFD. We might have some. Don't forget, we're going to need to build some parts anyway. So we probably will build a couple of version 2s of parts. If it's the same with CFD, I'm not going to spend CFD on these. Right, so we're going to go all in on DRS at this stage. really want to lose any off of that. And we actually want to go intense. And I think for these first ones, we just want to do one engineer because we want to get the full run on the intense, don't we? To really maximize the benefit. Just design a part, don't actually bother figuring out if it's any good. I trust you pretty much. Right, underfloors, we know we were behind him. In terms of number of parts we'd researched. I think we want to get the early ones that we're going to do intense out on. So I think we go intense on underfloor. What do we really want out of this? Probably high-speed cornering. That's what's going to deliver the most benefit. But not quite to the point where we're losing stuff. Take a tiny hit. Let's go with that. I think you're misremembering something. I think CFD does matter. I think it's only wind tunnel that doesn't. I think that's what we worked out. Just feels right to me. I mean, it's not a huge problem because I can just reload, copy over the save again. But yeah, just double check quickly before I advance. Let's have a quick look at the calendar while we're doing this. So where are we racing? Ooh, Spain second. Nice. Got Netherlands quite early. Monaco after Canada. I really like Austria as a track. Big fan of Austria. Silverstone, then Melbourne. That's a nice commute. Mexico, Silverstone, then Melbourne. That's a lot of people getting jet lag. Back-to-back Italy's. And then the Lower Dutch Grand Prix and finishing in Austin. Interesting calendar. Those three are almost sensible, as in our these. That's a legit sensible run. Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much assume it is going to rain. Oh, where are our sprints? Abu Dhabi, Singapore, where was our last sprint? Must be earlier then. Oh, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Oh, that's a nice sprint, that one. That's a good sprint. CFD wind tunnel hours have two benefits. One which will improve parts by a flat % based on your facility upgrades when used in design. One which will directly increase your expertise by 1 day per unit spent. Okay, so we do want to use it then while we're running intense, because it's going to increase our expertise level during the intense design stage. So we kind of want to optimize it around race parts and intense parts. Okay, check calendar. Las Vegas, yes, drivers. Right, car parts dev. So we want to go underfloor. Probably that. And that. Underfloor, we are pushing on. I mean, what are we optimizing underfloor round? Is it high speed cornering? Yeah. We'll go with that. We'll take a tiny hit to low speed because we'll make it up elsewhere. We'll go with that. We want one engineer and we want intense. And we go with that. We're going to go the other ones that take a long time because we want them out of the way. So we want front wing. Now, front wing, I think... So the interesting thing I've noticed with this is actually you can get a feel for what they have the most impact in by doing this. Because you can see what delivers the most benefits, which helps. So our brake cooling is actually pretty good for the grid. I think we're probably going around low speed performance here. Maybe optimized aero. Because our dirty air is already good. Oh, we don't want to take the hit to brake cooling though. I think we can not worry about mediums. Actually, we probably do want to worry about mediums because you do get some benefit out of mediums on these. We don't need any benefit on high speed out of this. Don't really want to step back on brake cooling. Yeah, maybe we do. You know what, YOLO. We've got way better brake cooling than anyone else. Oh shit, I didn't mean to change that. Fuck. It was optimized aero, wasn't it? But we're not going to take a massive hit to brake cooling. We'll go with that. Go 1, and we go intense. Go. Right, DRS, we definitely want to get. That is rear wing. And we really do want to focus on that. So we go 0.8, 10. We are all about the DRS. Just give me DRS. One engineer, intense. And then what I really like is straight line speed. It gets us out of a lot of trouble. But that's also rear wing, isn't it? So probably go suspension for the low speed cornering. Suspension is the best at low speed cornering. We can get that. I want low speed cornering. Give me low speed cornering. I'm not fussed about brake cooling at all. Tiny boost in it. I'll take the brake cooling out, I think. Get some top speed from chassis. Yeah, we'll pick up some from chassis. But I want to get the ones we're doing intense in out of the way first. Because we're not doing intense in anything other than these. So getting the intense on the ones that take the longest time is going to be the most benefit. Okay, calendar advance. Training. Are you going to do anything that's going to improve us? Like nothing? Thanks, game. Facilities. Suspension needs work. That's annoying. If I'd spotted that, I probably would have held off on suspension. Oh, always nice to get some ratings improvements. Oh, hang on, driver rosters. Who's driving for who? Ooh, Ella's at Alpine. Ella is at Alpine. So we've got Yuki and Ella at Alpine. Wait, they dropped Lando. Where's Lando gone? Per Nyman promoted to car 2 at Red Bull. Barter and Behrman, Ferrari. Sofa Montoya still there. Piastri and Hadjar still there. No, has Lando not got a race seat? No. Lando doesn't have a race seat. Like, why would you keep Mick Schumacher in a seat when you know Lando's on the market? Might have retired. He's not that old, surely. Free agent. Him and Joe. George has lost a seat finally. And Albon. That must be salary expectations. That must be that they just couldn't afford his salary demands. They must have had him on a 1 year and couldn't afford his salary. And same with Albon. No. That's crazy. Oh, fuck off. Decided that one more season of IndyCar would be the thing. Yeah, he's came back for one season. Won it. Just to prove he could still win the F1 Drivers' Championship. Then fucked off back to IndyCar. Yeah, it does give cheaper refurb, which is nice. No, way cheaper refurb. You know, team's recent. We haven't run any fucking raced any races yet. Get out. Get out of my office. She picked up some adaptability, bit of defending. She's picking up points already, which is good. Not any races for months. Yeah, that's it. It's a good month. 2 months since I won a race. That's what they're annoyed about. I'm like, but I haven't been any races. And I said, well, that's just technicalities. Technicalities. Right, they will be better in that if we just tell them to do a balanced again. Let's practice on pit stop errors. Because I'd really like to not have as many. Okay, that's the suspension. A race in 21 days. So next ATR is in 24 days. So we're going to get 1 in of everything, so divide by 4. So that's going to give us a nice tasty bit on brake cooling, but that'll give us some nice low speed. Maybe we optimize this around some low speed cornering. Just a tiny bit of top line speed. Not fussed about high speed. Can we go with that? No, we're not going to get this for race, but I think we will give a few more drivers on this because I'd like to get it soonish. Shit, when's race 2? Barcelona's in 35 days. We need time to build it. Good for you, Diana. Well done, Carol. Right, underfloor. Have I mismathed this? I have, haven't I? We might not do a research slot. Now what I really want is speed. Probably a bit of medium cornering. Go with that. This is going to be a race part. Our rear wing we can get top speed out of. I know we can get top speed out of that. This is definitely a race part. Absolutely not fussed about high speed cornering. Medium would be nice. Get a DRS boost. Go with that, I think. We'll slam on an extra engineer from there. And we might as well throw a couple of these out. Well, there's no harm in it. It's not a lot of cash. And we're not going to dev into anything into that slot yet. Pre-season testing results. Oh, give over. Oh no, someone go sweep the helipad. Now, pre-season testing. Now, Kikuchi's picked up some cornering, got some overtaking. She's picking up stats well. Yeah, so we've fallen back a bit because the other teams are doing some rapid dev. But that's fine. Because we're deving how we want to dev. Now you guys need a rest. Right. I mean, I think we can go conservative. They're reckoning 6th for qualifying. I'm going to go 8th. Finish position. I'm not going to go for fastest lap. Qualifying streak. 8th. Finish position streak of 8th for 2. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see how we do based on that. Right, moment of truth, Trout. Here we go.
Welcome to the Silver State of Nevada for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. As we start a brand new season, the slate is wiped clean.
Let's go. Shiny, fresh new cars. There are some races you cannot pay me to do a driver in. Well, that's great news given our drivers have terrible adaptability, so thanks for that. What is the weather for this one? Okay, we are clear. We are at least dry on this one. Make some front wings, didn't we? Yeah, so stick an extra front wing on. Your new front wing on. Your run plan is going to be 21 laps. Let's get some Las Vegas, baby. Oh, of course, which ironically was the last track last season. Need to rename my tab. It is now Yoko Kikuchi. And she should be a 0. 10.5. A 1.9. I'm not expecting a lot from her, to be honest. But it's good to get her in a race seat, I think. As in Kikuchi, that is. That. Car setup is a 0. A 10.5. A 1.9. A 3. And a 55. Driving options. I think we're good to go. Vegas in March and night's cold, but not like that much cold it was this year. I suppose, yeah, it's similar kind of seasons, isn't it? Just reversed. Watch Ella as one of the top drivers to beat because she got fired. Yeah. Okay, go Team Cardassia. Right, this is the only time we will cheese and reload is because I do want to see genuine performance out here. So if we get some stupid crashes, we will reload. Alpine's management strategy is just hiring drivers Garrus fires. Hey, look, it worked for them. They got a drivers' championship out of it. So who's still on the grid then from game start? Is it just Mick and Piastri? Oh, Tsunoda. It'd just be Mick, Piastri and Tsunoda, wouldn't it? Would be the surviving drivers from the class of 2023. Yeah, that Alpine looks strong. Right, you're on a great, but how great? That's the question. Nah, Kikuchi, your definition of great is very different from my definition of great. I'm going to be honest here. You're underselling yourself there, or overselling yourself. One or the other. 0, 11, 2.8, down to 2.8, and down to 0.5. Go to the end of practice. Or rather, more likely when your tyres wear out, because you have terrible smoothness. 95. See, now that is genuinely great. That's one of the things you're going to have to learn, Kikuchi, is now that you're not the, now that you're the race driver, you need to be a bit more assertive. What I really want is a Star Trek spaceship racing management game, just so Garrus can make the Cardassian joke unironically. Yep. A stupid reason to close the school, heating broken. I'd say it's a good reason to close the school. Tyres are fine, Kikuchi. Just keep driving on them. Race principal from Endopine to the team and he tasks me. And I shall have him. Chase him round the moons of Nibia and round the Antares maelstrom and round perdition's flames before I give him up. Wrath of Khan. Great film. We should do a Wrath of Khan watch along on Discord one day. Right, what do we reckon she's going to come back with? It'd be nice if she came back with optimal, but we'll see. Oh, you beauty! So the pace comparison between these two is the interesting thing. So it looks like basically Liz has about 0.5 a second a lap over Kikuchi. Which is kind of what I'd expect. Come back with optimal on it, yeah. Okay, good stuff, ladies. Now, we're mostly just pushing for track acclimatization here. Because there's no point pushing for parts. Because we're going to be changing out parts, so anything we're just pushing on parts just isn't worth it. Track acclimatization is. Oh, we need to tell people to avoid some curbs, please. Thank you. You crashed? Go on, who was it? Fess up. We'll never know, chap. We will never know who crashed on track. No one is owning up. $72, $71. Yeah, I mean, they'll basically max out on track by the end of this. Should I assume that their name starts with Pierre? Well, you know. Maybe. So we'll probably stick with our normal strategy of doing a token P3.
There's a yellow flag now.
Oh, Shumi.
And it was Mick Schumacher involved.
Mick.
Oh, there's contact with the barrier.
Mick.
Hopefully that...
Shouldn't be fine on that. That should just be tyre damage. See, I want confirmation that they are definitely doing a 24, because then I can get Levi to do us some bonk emotes. And we all want bonk emotes. And some kind of max for scrap for crashing. IndyCar manager. That's just like trainee F1 manager though. Just like F1 manager for kids. You can see the slight difference in how quickly they build up track knowledge, which is interesting. So like Liz is on 95 to Kikuchi's 92. How are we looking on tyres, ladies? 42, 30. Yeah, see that you can see the tyre wear difference. Right, come on in. Need a not allowed to take the helmet off emote. Yeah, all ladies must be Stigs. You can come in. So Liz hit 86. Kikuchi's on 88. I think we'll go with that. That's race worthy. That's fine. So Kikuchi is definitely going to need some mediums for more races than Liz is. Now this gives us a rough idea of actual race pace. We do that, and we do that. Let's take a look at actual race pace for our two drivers. So it's not guaranteed, but that does give us a rough race pace idea. Which is reasonably promising. Remembering that everyone else probably isn't quite pushing their race pace, but yeah, hopefully they do confirm they are doing a 24 with some nice little quality of life stuff. Like even just with some quality of life stuff, it'd be good. If they do, what I'll probably do is, depending on how much they rework the systems, I'll probably do some tutorial videos. Just do little tutorial videos like I've done for CK3. That's where it would be nice to get some kind of preview code, because then you can just kind of play around with those systems in advance, but it's highly unlikely. Which is a shame, but it is what it is. Gideon! Thank you very much for the follow. Well, I'm quite pleased with our theoretical pace. I think that bodes well. But qualifying is where we'll really see. P3 is going to confuse the other teams. The sandbagger has his teams on top. What's their real pace going to be? Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're just screwing with them. They're like, Jesus Christ, if that's their slowed down pace, what's their race pace going to be like? Although that said, historically we have generally done a bit of a push at the beginning of P3 to give a rough idea of the car. So you might find that the other team principals would be used to that by now. So they'd be like, yeah, okay, watch Edwards' team for their fastest P3 time, because that is probably an indicator of what their race pace is likely to be. They'd be like, don't listen, don't mark any of the P1 or P2 times, but just keep an eye on Brawn for their P3 fastest lap. Okay, let's do this. Okay, good to know. So we want to be aiming for 90 with Kikuchi, because that will keep her in her reasonably high bracket. If we get Liz, looks like if we get her to about 96, we will creep her into her even higher bracket. So we want to be aiming for that. So remember that, chat.
There's tension in the air today, so it must be time for qualifying.
Qualifying.
Here we go. That's moment of truth. Fresh softs. Fresh softs, bright eyes, ladies, go. 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 I want a clean lap here, ladies. Oh, that's not great. You got Mick on the curve. Oh, I'm Flo on the curve. These are going to be bad times. We might need to ping Kikuchi out again. Yeah, we're going to send her out again. Jesus, she gets through tyres. See if we can get better time on the same tyre. Okay, you got a decently clean run here. This should be good. That's better. That's better. Like, in a way, I don't mind burning. That's going to mean we need to potentially burn an extra set of softs for Kikuchi in qualifying, but it's fine. How are we in the standings? This is literally the first race of the season. So this is the 2034 brand new start of the season, with Liz Richter in car number 2 is really our number 1 driver, and Kikuchi is our up and coming young female driver in essentially car 1, but really car 2. Is she going to get through? She's through. Yeah, don't worry. It's because we use the database editor to change the race order between seasons. It's a nice way of kind of giving it variety. That's promising, given that she had a really interrupted lap. Okay, can you qualify in olds? Old softs. Kikuchi will get fresh softs. Let's see how they can do. Go. Go. Might be alright, might be alright. Yeah, she's alright, she's alright. This is going to be a decent run. Oh, Kikuchi, bad time. She must have hit traffic. Let's see if you can do it again. Go. She is going to get a cleanish run here. Oh, no, unlucky. Unlucky. That's fine. We're not expecting a lot from her this season. She is a rookie. This is a development year for her. It's fine. If she picks up some points over the course of the season, I'm happy. Yeah, I mean, she's already ruined less gearboxes than Ella did. Right. Moment of truth. Go. Oh, that's a terrible time. That was that first corner where we hit traffic. I might reload that because I do want to get a proper idea for the car. That was the first corner traffic. I think if we go now, we'll get a clean run. Not a great run, but I'll take it. We will send her out again, but I don't think she'll beat it. Give it a go, though. Yeah, didn't beat it. Well, it's early days. It's early days. It's early days yet. It's not panic stations yet. I think we can pull off soft or one-stop soft hards. Probably better on medium hards. She should overperform her tyres. Whereas Kikuchi will underperform them, so we're going to start her on the mediums and see how she does. Let's give it a go. Doesn't help that Vegas is a bit of a bogey track for me, but we'll see.
The city of Las Vegas is abuzz with excitement as the atmosphere is electric.
As Williams are fast.
Las Vegas Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Not as well as we hoped. We're in 8th. But we'll see. We will see. This is where her poor overtaking isn't going to help.
Now the Alpha Tauri involved here. The opportunity begging to be taken.
Right, so everyone else is doing medium hards. Vegas is just so bad for traffic. She's struggling with the overtakes. We might even have been better starting on the hard tyres. Because we're absolutely not getting the benefit out of those softs. Like, we're pulling all the fastest laps and still stuck in 8th. Which is not great. Now our tyres are falling off. This is such a tight grid as well, that's not helping us. Vegas is such a bogey track for me. I never get the strategy right on Vegas. And we haven't got the strategy right here. Fuck it. If we just come out on hards, we're not going to do any better. We've got to gamble. So we can see, yeah, Kikuchi generally slightly underperforms her tyre curve. So that's a thing to be aware of. She also needs to be told to not fight her teammate. It's fine, let him overheat. Yeah, those Williams are fast. Those Williams are fast cars. Traffic's going to be our real enemy this season, I think. I think we really need to optimize around some straight line speed. Yeah, it's going to be a bad race for us. Oh well. It is early days in the season. Fuel curve should be alright. I think we'll curve out okay on the fuel. The annoying thing is we're not going to hit our bonuses, but field is really, that's the problem with this whole race, is the field is so close together. Like, if you're out in front, you're fine, but if you're not, you're just going to get screwed. You just get packed, so there's no benefit in tyre terms. Because, like, she's stuck there now, and they're just going to DRS each other.
Now the Ferrari's involved in this one.
Oof. Like, everyone's DRSing each other. Oh, no, hang on. I'm not having that. I'm not. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'll deal with finishing low down. We're not getting red fucking flagged on our first race. Yeah, that was not our greatest performance. I think we're better off starting on the hards. I fucking hate Vegas. I think we start on the hards and play it by ear. Because this is such a tight grid. Like, this grid is so tight that there's no benefit to being on a better tyre.
The city of Las Vegas is abuzz with excitement. We're all ready to go in Las Vegas. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Like, if you're going to be surrounded by people on hard tyres, you might as well be on the same tyre. Like, she's essentially maintaining station on a hard tyre against people who are on mediums. She can't pass, but she's also not falling back. The problem is everyone will be trying to overtake everyone else. Which means whoever gets the move in first has the advantage. Kikuchi's doing alright for herself. As long as she clings on in DRS, she's alright, because DRS makes up for the tyre difference, basically. Welcome to the stream, not Yoda. Oh, god damn it!
Now the Alpha Tauri's been involved.
Fuck off!
Incident.
Alright, we'll race it out. There's no powertrain damage, so we'll race it out. If there's powertrain damage, oh, the gearbox is blown, but you know. We used to our drivers in car ones ruining gearboxes. Just retire that car. Get him. Now, if she can hold DRS on Hauger, that's good. Can you help me improve the pit time? I have no idea how it works. I mean, to be honest, the pit time is pure lottery. It's not really a well-optimized system. So the trick is just to actually just rest a lot and just forget about it. We're 450 hours in, and I'd say I've just not really worked out how you can get any benefit out of pit times. I think it's a mechanic they're really going to need to improve for next year. I like the idea of it. Yeah, send them for lasagna. Like, once you get about halfway through the seasons, you are legitimately best just telling them to not just train for fatigue, but just to go home and rest. So the best thing you can do is just let them be fresh. Right, moment of truth. So we're going to go on to softs. Okay, we're out in 13th. On softs to everyone else's hards. I don't really want to push the tyres. It's really struggling to pass. See, now they're in a DRS train again, so it's like, brilliant, great. We're stuck in them getting DRS and us not getting DRS. Right, I'm going to have to push her. Because everyone's just DRSing each other. Oh, what is it with this field? Problem is you just can't pass. Because they'll be trying to overtake. Everyone is trying to overtake everyone else. And essentially the car in front is always making a move on the other car in front. Which means you just don't get a chance to pass.
Piastri has done it. He's got the win.
Yeah, look. I just don't know what we do with that. I'm going to take the DNF. I don't care. I don't care. We're going to take the running out of fuel.
And that will definitely be a day to forget for the AlphaTauri driver.
I'm going to take it. I don't care. We'll take a full DNF. You know it's fucked when Piastri wins. That field, man, that's screwed us. You're back on your rear wings. That absolutely screwed us. Oh yeah, they'll have really fucking hate me now. No, they've still got high confidence at this stage. It's fine. Oh, we got ATR, 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 stop. Right, we want to drop. A couple of engineers off of that. 23 days. So 15. Can lose one off of that. Right, let's get some chassis going on. So this will be a race part. So chassis is high-speed cornering, isn't it? And engine cooling? I think it's alright on top speed as well. Let me ramp up some drag reduction here. I will legitimately take the hit to engine cooling if it gets me another 0.9k. No, I'm not taking that much. We'll go with that. Well, we won't panic yet. No morale, no shit. Right, Spain. Let's be slightly more conservative on our target, shall we? Give me 10th. I'll take 10th. Right, so we need some stats for Spain.
Thank you for joining us for the Spanish Grand Prix here in Barcelona. The first Grand Prix held here was won by Nigel Mansell.
So, at least it's dry. That's good. Car setup. We want an 8.5. We want a 14. We want a 7.3. A 325. And a 0.8. Let's give it a go. So we want an 8.5. 14, 7.3, 325, and an 8. Right, ladies. I do expect a bit of a better performance in Spain, please. Because let's be honest, that wasn't our finest hour out there in Vegas. I think it's also probably time to open the bottle of wine. Chat, you're in charge. Don't let them crash. I'll be back in a second. Keep an eye out on feedbacks in case I'm not back for time for feedbacks. I should be, though. Actually, let's wait for first feedback to come in and then I'll go get wine. It's probably the smarter thing to do. Lock up. Yeah, it's fine. Happens, don't worry about it. Get some feedbacks, please. Good. We don't deal in good in this house. How very dare. So that is a good, a great, a great, a good, and a good. Which should give us a 9.5. 13.5, 6.4, 3.15, and a 6.5. Let's try that. Run as much as your tyres will take. You're not going to give us any verbal feedback there, Liz? You're still cranky about that running out of fuel? 95. Spot on. That's great. Run to distance. We don't do good in this house, we do optimal. New London Investment Banking. Well, yeah, it is totally. The kind of thing you'd see on a tube ad. Right, chat. I want you to keep an eye on the drivers. I'll be back in a minute. Don't let them crash. Right, how we looking, chat? I put them on the things. Oh, I did. Kikuchi spun. She's going to do that. It's fine. She's learning. She's learning. We put a young driver in the car, so I'm more zen about it than I was with Ella. With Ella, it was a kind of case of you're a rank 85 driver. You shouldn't be constantly slamming the car into walls. With Kikuchi, it's like she's learning. And she's going to stat up quicker in a race car.
And we've got an incident here, and that's trouble for the Red Bull.
And Iman.
Here we go, heading into turn 1. With not much room to move.
Yeah, steering wheel.
And the contact between the cars, inevitable. And there'll be more than one unhappy team after that.
Steering wheel
Just
is
like that,
quite important.
start to dwindle.
You might not be used to it. Right, we got feedback in before I have to call her in, so that's a good thing. Oof, Stern, you're good. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, that was a proper catapult. He took them both out. The only thing we'll have to watch for Kikuchi on restarts is we don't want her destroying engines. Because we can't afford that. That might be a restart condition if she starts destroying engines, but... Right, P2. We're going to need to change your setup quite a lot. So that is a bad, a great, an optimal, a bad, and a bad. So we go to an 8, we go to a 14.5, a 9.1, 2.95, and 0.25. Now, I'm reasonably confident this is going to be optimal. So we'll just let her run. Obviously, we can always call her in early anyway. And you're just running until you're happy. Save. Go. With the setup about it's no longer surprising that she spun. Yeah, no, it was a really bad setup. Tick the magical boxes. So if we work out, if we got her to a 97, she will be in max bracket. If we got Kikuchi to a 90, she'll be in the highest we can get her. So those are our targets. Kikuchi we won't know until after the session. Like, unless this comes back and says bad. If it says great or anything like that, we're just leaving her out. So we won't know the full stats set up on her till the end of the session, but we'll see. You posted the stats to the Discord. Yeah, exclamation mark Discord if you're not on the Discord. F1-campaign. Because basically we'll run her until her tyres wear out. Optimal, that's what we wanted. That's good news. $92. She might make it by end of session. We might not be able to get there, you know. But maybe. Because once she peaks out at track knowledge, we're not going to get her any higher anyway. It's going to depend on whether we can creep 3 more points by maximum track knowledge, which maybe. Right, in you come, Kikuchi. Maybe. That'll be close. I think we will, you know. Oh yeah, we got it. Full rim. Setup is 50, track parts knowledge, and tracking parts 25 each. Yeah. I'm just bad at maths. That's a 99, that's good. Yeah, she's a 94, that's perfect. We don't have to send her out in P3. So P3 is a dip. We send them out in softs and pull them back in again. Okay, so let's ping them out. There we go. And come back. And come back. So we really need to get a true view of the car out of this. Like, we are still on initial parts and everyone else is moving on to more parts. So, you know, I would expect us to not be right up there. But it's worrying if everyone's grouping together that tightly, because that is going to make overtaking obscenely hard. And that is one of Richter's not strong points at the moment, is overtaking. I mean, I suppose she's going to get some practice at it at least. Which is no bad thing. Definitely not ideal. But, you know, we get fired. the end of the seaon, we'll just go to another team. We'll have the rep for it. We could rebuild Ferrari. We could rebuild a Ferrari and get our revenge by rebuilding Ferrari. Rebuild our reputation from scratch. Yeah, like Piastri should not crash anywhere near as much as he does.
Heading down the straight.
Whee!
Oh, but they need to be watching those track limits. Perhaps a little lapse.
Like, Kikuchi will stat up fast. I think his stats are decreasing. Probably are at this age, I'd have thought. Like, if Kikuchi isn't ranked 79 at least by the end of the season, I'll eat my hat. Like, I don't own a hat, but if I owned a hat, I would eat it. But I think we can put 5 ranks on her in a season. She's young, she's got really high dev, and she's now got a full race seat. And we've race seated her earlier than we race seated Soph and Liz. So I think it's a bit like when Rope Trick, when you were doing your Flirsh run off stream. You went with very early race seat as well, and I remember that statting really quite well as an early boost. You just have to take the hit that you're going to get a season of crashing. In fact, let's do that as a prediction, shall we? Let me stick up a prediction. Okay. Kikuchi's rank by end of season. I'm going to give you options of... So she's a 74 at the moment. So we'll give you options of 76 to 77, 78 to 79, 80 to 81, and 82, 83. Because I don't think she'll be anything less than 76. There you go. Spend some channel points there on your gambling there, chat. It's end of season ranking. So yeah, we'll have to note it down. Well, actually, I can look at it back again. I can go and have a look back at it, but right. Good starting confidence. That's what we want.
Our weekend continues with qualifying.
Right, I want some good times out of this. I think we'll do go out straight away. That's decently clean. Oh, she's got a yellow flag, but depends on what sector it's on. Yeah, I think she's got a dodgy yellow flag there. That's annoying. Not going to be fast enough to get her through. I don't really want to send her out again. Probably alright. Maybe. I think what's probably not helping is we are, I think, due a big reset again, aren't we? I think she'll just scrape through. If not, I'm going to reload, but we'll see. That yellow flag would have helped us. Oof. Ella angry driving. Chat, Ella's angry driving at us. This is going to be a really close year. I think the margins between cars are so small. Part of me was hoping for a title win this year. I'm not convinced we'll get one. I think we'll hit our targets. But I don't think we're going to get a title win. Clean run, clean run. That's what we needed. That's probably not a good sign. Look how close those times are. I think we're going to be alright again, just. Okay, that's good. Fucking Kikuchi there, though. I mean, she was on freshers, and I bet you everyone else is running on use, but... Like, look at the time differences in that. There is less than half a second across the whole field. Like, that is insane. Like, essentially, if you don't have a perfect lap, you're going out of qualifying. For reference, IndyCar, which is a genuinely a spec series, is not that close. Yeah, I know. This is a weird season. We might have to do some cheesing of things here, because if we're getting ones where the game is just screwing us on qualifying because drivers aren't getting out of the way, we're going to have to restart stuff, which I don't like doing, but we're just going to get RNG'd otherwise. Like, Kikuchi will be 10th on the grid with that time. We might as well send her out again, there's no harm in it. Send them both out again. Oh! Fucking Liz with a statement. Like, you take Kikuchi out of that. That's a 0.25 second spread between 1st and 9th on the grid. That's crazy.
Race day has arrived.
She can't race that. She can do it in mediums. First corner is finishing order this season. Yeah, honestly, I think so much of it's going to be. And we are at a slight disadvantage in that because Liz's weaknesses are overtaking. Right, she's on a soft medium, which Kikuchi's not going to be able to do that. Because remember, Kikuchi underperforms her tyres. So I think she will have to be a medium hard soft, maybe. Play it by ear. Liz is going to need to improve her overtaking a massive amount. I think that's going to be the real problem for her this season. Now, bear in mind, we are going to have parts coming off the line. So we are still on launch parts here. But yeah, I think we're going to want to switch her to be focused on overtaking on training. If we haven't got her switched on it already. Because she's going to need it. That and race practice at it. Liz, I want you hard out of the gate here. If we can drop people... Yeah, but they're just going to get DRS off each other. Just drive straight, Kikuchi. Kikuchi's job is to get round the track. And we need to remember that her job is just to finish races. That's all we want out of her, is finishing races.
The stage is set here in Barcelona. One of the oldest races on the Formula One calendar. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Held the first corner. In fact, I'm going to put her overtake aggression slow. Hello, Napoleon. How are you? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I do kind of need to be able to see that screen. The Williams is a good cars as well. Set up on a windowsill. Should we see if we can get people a bit of kitty cam? You're on pigeon watch. Oh, camera, stop fucking tracking me. I don't want any tracking. Zone tracking. Damn it. Why has my camera suddenly decided it only tracks human beings? Thank you. There's a kitty there. People want to see the kitty. You can't really see the kitty unless I do that with the mic. Where do we put camera on this one? Is it there? We're going to drop that to standard. Now, what tyres is Duhan? He's on softs as well, okay. And he's ragging them more than we are. As long as we're trading places up here, that's good, because we're getting DRS boosts and no one else is. Because that has a nice tasty interval. Pocher is flying. Dude's burning his tyres. I mean, this is one as well where your pit stop times genuinely really matter, which is a pain in the arse. Kikuchi's got a bit of time, so you can see she underperforms. That's why we need to be careful with her. Yeah, coming for hards. Drop to standard where?
Now, this happened as they arrived at turn 12. It's certainly inviting. And the Alfa Romeo moves.
We crashed.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Oh, Dragovic. Oh, bonk. As long as we stay pace with Pocher, we're good. He's on a one-stop. Unless he's pushing for softs again. I don't mind a bit of trading places with Pocher. Oh, god damn it!
And here we've got a yellow flag.
No, we can't be having a crash. Can't have a crash 2 races in a row. Not with a full car retire. You really should be able to see the damage here. We'll gamble on that. If it gets us the win, then we'll keep this. I think it might be a bad gamble, but we'll see. I can't really because I had to pit so early on him. Everyone else there is pitting. Apart from Duhan. He basically did the same thing we did. We are getting dragged around the track by Sargent at the moment though, which is good. Oh, I can move Napoleon up, hang on. I did completely forget we were on burn fuel though, so we may have just fucked ourselves. Well, no, we're making. I'll tell you what, our fuel efficiency is pretty good. There we go. Let's move Napoleon up. Should get away with that now, I think. So now we go aggressive. Track condition Napoleon, yep. Go. Oh, we didn't make the overtake.
And that will definitely be a data.
Alright, this is going to depend on what the damage to the car is. I mean, she totaled a gearbox. And she kind of murdered an ERS and an engine. It's not really a lot of car left. It's just a side. It's just some side pods and an underfloor. Yeah, I think that's a bird. I think that is a bird. I'll do it off stream though, because I want to finish there for tonight. I wouldn't mind it if we'd at least got the replay. We didn't get a replay. Napoleon perked up when you said bird. Yeah, well, you know, he wants a snuggle is what he wants. Right, I'm going to go give Napoleon a snuggle. Might get some races in midweek, so !Discord. I think the interesting thing to see there is the car is good enough. It's just such a tight grid this year. So this is going to be a really interesting season. Really interesting season.